Hello there, my name's Chris Dangerfield and welcome back to my channel, unless of course you're new here and, well, new to the channel. If you're new to here, the planet, I've been receiving your messages in my dreams. Continue as we arranged. For the rest of you, I have discovered Anarcha. They are the LA anarchist group and they are dealing with some really important shit. So let's see what they've got to say about being a feminist and raising a child. This will be good.
I mean, I consider myself an anarcho-feminist, but you could be an anarchist, you could be a punk, you could be a radical, you could be, I don't really care.
You can be a punk. Imagine turning up like with green hair and a dirty leather jacket and go, alright, anyone want to sniff some glue? She don't really care though, do it.
It doesn't matter. But what does parenting or childcare or child raising from the non-dominant paradigm, like what does that look like? And so that's what this is going to be, and I want to say that
why though? Why do we need to know about the non-dominant paradigm? Is there a dominant paradigm? Literally millions of children born all over the world. Not just assuming, oh no, that's shit, that's got to be shit. The way everyone's doing it is shit. But the Blue Air Brigade, we've nailed it. Check out, of course, the pussy whipped thing on her right. Doesn't get a mention. Doesn't get a mention. She'll name herself and the kid again in a minute, but fuck him. But when she needs him, she just foists the kid on him and fucks off to have a slash or jack up or whatever she's doing.
Even though I consider myself an anarcha-feminist or anarchist parent, it doesn't mean that I advocate permissiveness, you know? And one of the things I really want to talk about is like,
Look at the geezer. He's looking around thinking, what the fuck has happened to me? How the fuck did I end up here wrapped around this lunatic?
Kids really do need structure.
Yeah, look, he's looking up into space. Look, I could have been so much more. I could have been a man.
They need limits and they need...
He's removed his crown. It's all over, mate. The return of kings is finished.
To be kept safe, you know?
Sorry, I've been talking over what she's saying. These are radical notions such as the basics of looking after a baby. They need structure and safety. Well done, Anarcha.
But how can we do that in a way that's not...
normal, because we've got blue hair and we like to do things differently.
That's
for the sake of it.
Not domineering or authoritative, right? And
it really should be for a child.
So, I'm Kaylee, and this is Luca, and he's 1.
And this man, who I've completely ignored, he's just a sperm machine. You'll tell by the way he's about to act that he's completely emasculated and poses no threat to the world.
And my only kid, first, last, only.
Why, he's looking at her. What about me? What the fuck did you not mention me?
Never doing that again.
Forced laughter. He's had to learn to do that. Otherwise he gets hit.
I've always...
That's the real response. Look at his face.
He's worked with kids. My mom's a...
Hatred. Absolute hatred. Look.
preschool teacher, and...
Wasn't a microaggression either. That was a good few seconds. You might think I've been talking over what she's saying, and I have, but I assure you, rewind it. She's said nothing of interest so far. This is pure filler.
Tutored kids and stuff like that, and actually, and like becoming a parent really sort of it re-radicalized me. Like
becoming a parent, having a child re-radicalized me. Poor kid.
I realized that I had to actually live my politics. Like I couldn't say that I believe these things without really looking at them. And
you'd think that someone who had some radical politics, something such as anarchism, you'd have really looked at them before having a child. I mean, why does having a child mean you suddenly made some fucking effort, had some rigor? This is anarchism, this is politics, you need to think about it. But we're used to these people having a superficial grasp of history and their ideas.
And thinking about what it actually meant, like what am I going to show him about the way that I want the world to be, or the way
rather than I am, and rather than he wants to be. No, we need to change the fucking world.
way that I want to present myself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's kind of from that.
Stumbling. There's an hour of this shit. Don't worry, I won't drag you through it. Look how the cameraman. Oh no! Look how the camera person. Oh fuck! Look how the camera operator is slowly just cutting him out, rather than having him awkwardly going all the time.
Like I got involved with Anarcha LA, which we have a table with a bunch of literature over there.
I bet it's wicked literature as well. I bet it's awesome.
And then also from that, I started the childcare, which I do childcare events. So if any of you guys have events or whatever, you know, we'll come and do childcare.
He's been completely removed.
And which is like drop off or hang out. And there's
look at his boat race, but look at it. That is a broken man. Oh gosh.
the sign up sheet. I probably have one somewhere. One thing that I want to say is
a cut already. Why? You haven't even started anything. You couldn't have fucked it up because you haven't said anything.
just in the projects that we do, like you'll hear that
This is 2 minutes 40 in, and what have you learnt about anarcha and feminist child rearing? I said child rearing.
there's like a handful of parents, but a lot of you who don't have kids, and I really encourage people who don't have kids to step in and help those who do. And
if you haven't got kids, you should be helping us. Look at the man, look at the camera. He's thinking, yeah, you lazy bastard.
never possible, you know. And I'll say for myself, don't be afraid, like, am I going to intrude on their space?
Imagine just helping yourself. Oi, kid, I want to learn something. Come here, shut the fuck up. Bang. No, play with this toy. It's electronic. No, not. Bzz, bzz. Oh, shit.
The baby's crying, like, is it wrong for me to come in and
She actually said it. If the baby's crying, is it wrong for me to come in? Oi, shithead! You might have a feminist loony parent at home, but round here you shut the fuck up. Don't be afraid to just join in.
you know, just try and be mindful and considerate, but, you know, we, like,
He's looking around to see if there's any potential other women in that room, and he's thinking, not one of these blue-haired land whales will be better.
Vicky was saying, like, sometimes we feel like we're going crazy, and it's nice to get help. So those of you who don't have kids, learn, you know.
Fucking hell. Those of you who don't have kids, learn. No, those of you who do have kids, learn. Try that. It would be called taking responsibility. I know you struggle with those ideas.
And the only way to learn is jump in and do it. So,
Shut up.
kind of what I want to
3 minutes 20 of how to raise a kid as a feminist. Get other people to do it. So far, she said get other people to help. Classic anarchism. Classic feminism.
talk about real quick is I kind of identified 4 goals of
Check him out. Look, looking at the cameraman. Or maybe it is a lady. And look, oh, hello, darling. No, oh, don't forget we're meeting afterwards.
an anarchist parent. So they may not be your goals.
And suddenly he remembered where he is, who he's with, and that he ain't getting out for a long time yet.
But these were sort of mine that I saw. I'm part of the anarchist parenting listserv, which
Oh, for fuck's sake, give some advice. Literally. Nearly 4 minutes, and all you said is people without kids need to learn how to look after ours. I do this, I'm this, I.
I can give you guys information about that.
Now someone needs to learn and step in. Oi, your mother's talking. Just fuck the talk. Fuck it.
No. Go get it. And
It's funny how parents laugh when their children are fucking things up like this, and everyone else is like, oh, can you take that child away from this environment? It's totally inappropriate. I used to go to NA meetings. I still will go to the occasional one. The good, you know, pros and cons. But sometimes people bring their kids and they just let them make a noise. They do not give a shit. Throwing things around. And then they think, oh, I know, there was this one couple and they quietened the kid down by giving him the box of key rings. You can imagine, bored little kid wanting attention. That helped. Take them outside. There's people in here trying to listen.
Come here, Luca. Luca.
I'll snuggle you. And anyway, so the 4 goals.
No, I'll take him, actually. No, I just wanted to stand up. I just wanted to put my things down. Fuck off. It's nothing to do with you. He came out of my womb.
That I have. Let's look at our goals.
He's useless. She's still talking about goals. What are we on? 4 minutes?
I wrote them down. I've got a whole bunch of literature.
Oh, look, he knows it. Oh, my God. She's got a whole bunch of literature. Yeah, crack on.
For you guys. So the first goal, and these are sort of like also sort of my goals as an anarchist, right? So the first one is accepts freedom and responsibility and has the ability to self-regulate.
She's talking about her child. What was that? Accepts responsibility and has the freedom to self-regulate. Look at the child not self-regulating. Absolutely ruining this. Really hard to watch. You're like, oh hey, crikey. Can't see this lot taking over very soon.
Can you read them right here? It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll be right back. Where are
we? He may well have read them, but this is her video and she's going to be the star. So they edited him out and cut it back in when she returned. Where are we? Look how nervous he is, poor bloke.
I read them all.
Accepts freedom,
I read them all. Doesn't matter. She's going to start again. Imagine being in the crowd there. Oh, we've just had this from Luca.
Responsibility, has the ability to self-regulate, has self-love and respect for others, is not fearful of the world and its citizens, and challenges gendered hierarchy and heterosexism.
This is a child, a literal toddler. Fuck all the other nonsense for a minute. Fear of the world and citizens. Challenges heterosexism. Did she actually just say that?
Full of the world and its citizens, and challenges gendered hierarchy and heterosexism.
Not even heteronormative now. Heterosexism. Yeah, I want my toddler to challenge the sexual dimorphism of the species. How? Why? Jesus. It's just assumed that's a bad thing. I mean, the majority do it. You know, the majority do that, so it's got to be awful. Have you seen those people? Have you seen the working classes? They're disgusting. Oh, the men fuck women and the women fuck men. Oh, gosh.
So those are my 4 goals.
That was the 4 goals. I thought that was 1. Okay, right. I wonder how that's going to turn out for the mental child you're creating.
I'm going to hand out some literature here for you guys to take.
I bet it's excellent.
Start with this one.
I know anarchism is slightly more complicated than the traditional understanding of it, that it's just chaos. But this talk is chaos. I mean, you know, coming from the anarchist group, it kind of lends itself to a certain stereotyping, doesn't it? The fuck is going on?
If you don't want it, don't take one.
Oh, right. Look, she's tried to control people who don't want it as well. Trying to make it look like it's her choice. I told you if you don't want one, not to take one. So if you don't take one, I told you to do that. Yeah, well done. I bet she's like that with her kid as well. You know, the mental thing she's breeding to kill itself and or others later in life. School shooting. Useless lumpen male. Just looking at her, knows he can't join in, knows he can't help, knows he can't contribute, just watching, like a child. Hold that!
So I wrote this, which is just sort of like going over those goals. And really, like, the point of it was to find out, so what are some concrete ways that we can...
Fuck our kids up. Fuck our kids up.
achieve them, right? So if the first one is accepts freedom and responsibility and has the ability to self-regulate.
A child!
Um,
Not even a teenager, that little shit that doesn't know that he's crying while mummy's trying to take over the world. Self-regulate, fuck's sake.
so one thing is like, I trusted my kid, so he's 1, right?
He's one, I trust him. Look at that outfit, look at the feminism on that. The grotty chest tattoo, I've tried to have a good look at it. As far as I can work out, it's a bedroom and a front room. I mean, each to their own. I can't really judge, but nah. But the hair and the glasses, the Groucho ones, Groucho Marx, you get the glasses, the nose and the moustache. Soon, or if not already, maybe she went there, you'll be able to get the feminist one, which is like a blue wig and those glasses, the Anno Sning glasses. Just chuck them both on. And it's got a little transparent acetate sheet with a tattoo for your chest as well. I might invent it. This might be my fucking money. This I'm going to do. It's going to be amazing. The all-in-one feminist disguise. Complete with utter bullshit.
And I trust him and have trusted him ever since he's born to tell
She trusted him when he was 1 day old. To do what? Lay there?
me when he needs to eat, when he needs to sleep, when he needs his diaper changed.
Everyone knows when a baby needs to sleep, when a toddler needs to sleep, after the Sweeney.
When he needs me to play with him, when he needs me to hold him, those sorts of things, right?
I trust him to be a demanding little shit.
And as he gets older, his needs are going to become more complex.
And my responses will continue to be stupid.
Kids actually, they let you know when they need to eat. They let you know when they need to sleep. And
No. They let you know when they want to sleep. They let you know when they want to eat. And there is actually a difference. As you'll find out when you start walking into this complexity you speak of.
I think that the dominant paradigm suggests that we should put kids on a schedule.
Oh no, how dare you do that? I mean, that's the last thing kids want, structure. Oh no. I mean, we're trying to breed maniacs here. Just give them absolute free rein and let them bring themselves up. She's struggling because this isn't stuff she knows. It doesn't make sense. She hasn't got an empiricism of it. This is just struggling to be alternative.
That they ought to eat more at certain times. They ought to eat less at certain times. That as they get older, they should eat 3 meals a day, 1 snack, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And so, really, I start from now to trust him that he'll eat when he's hungry, and he won't eat when he's not hungry. And I'm not going to force him to eat anything that he doesn't.
A bit like at Christmas when I used to take a box of chocolates to bed with me. My mum trusted me. Sure.
Want to, and I'm.
Dead behind those eyes.
I'm not going to force him to go to bed if he's.
You wait and see. You really think that's going to happen? You really think that's got legs? I'm not going to force him to go to bed, you fucking liar. You absolute liar. He's 1. Let's come back here in a couple of years and see whether you force him to go to bed. Because I can assure you, you carry on like this, by then he's going to be absolute nightmare. And you'll be more than forcing him to go to bed. You'll be prodding him with a fucking cattle prod. Get up those fucking stairs, you're killing me.
He's not sleepy.
By which time the husband's long gone anyway, because she treats him exactly the same.
That's that. That being said, I feel like he benefits from having a structure.
Really? So what is that? It's when the sun comes up, it's light, and when the sun goes down, it's dark? Jesus. Contradict yourself.
And so, for
cognitive dissonance.
example, with him, 8 o'clock, we take a bath, we hang out for a little bit, we have a bottle, and then he goes to bed. And he's fallen into this, but what I did was I listened to him. And that.
So it is a structure you've imposed upon him, and you're making it appear like his free choice. Yeah, it doesn't sound at all like the ideology you people have about everything, you fucking ideologue.
And the routine was born not out of, I want the school to be asleep by 8 so that I can go do things. It's, this is the time that he gets sleepy. And so we've kind of worked together to establish a routine, you know, by me listening to what he needs when he needs it, and then sort of starting to set a more of a structure for him.
So dubious. Such a tenuous plot she's got there. Are you all learning? I mean, this is important stuff. This is good stuff. This is what happens down at the LA Anarcha meeting. Feminist child rearing.
One thing in this...
And like I say, there's an hour of this. We'll just have a look at a little bit more, because I've put together a little resume for you.
Is that a lot of people are really worried, like, your kid isn't going to get enough vegetables, right? So you got to eat all of your vegetables so that you can have dessert.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants their kids to have nutrition. How can we work out to avoid that?
And putting bribes and stuff on food, it just seems, I mean, like, I wonder how many of us have fucked up relationships with food. I'm going to
Just you.
guess the majority of us.
And your kid.
Right? Have
No.
had at some point in our life trouble with food. And that's
I thought it was everyone.
it's because our understanding of what is nutritious and what is good for us and what makes our bodies feel good,
We learn as adults.
we were taught not to listen to that, right? And we were taught you have to eat all of this so that you can have this, and you have to do this so that, you know what I'm saying? And so
Such random bullshit. You have to eat all this so you can have that. No, you just don't get to have your ice cream unless you've eaten your dinner because it's not as good for you. Come on, that's a fair enough deal, isn't it?
really sort of trusting kids. There's been studies, of course I don't have any.
There's been studies. Amazing accidental confession. Yeah, you do well to smile, darling. Of course I don't have any. Why? Because if you've read them, you could have printed them, you could have written them, but no, of course you don't. Why, of course? Because you people never do.
Thing in front of me, but I know there's been studies that show that over a span of, say, a week, children will ultimately choose, they may eat all Doritos on Monday.
Can you imagine a kid on Monday only eating Doritos? Amazing. And you just sitting there going, be all right, balance out by the weekend. Yeah, no worries. You know, I read it. I obviously haven't got the information here, but are you dead, son?
But by the end, they'll have balanced it out.
Yeah, because otherwise social services are going to come and remove that skeleton from your house.
Because they listen to what their bodies are asking of them, you know? So it's really, that's been really important.
This is great. So that's been really important. I mean, this is rubbish. This is just rubbish.
For me,
I missed that for me. So let's just have that again. So this has been really important, really important. For me, yeah, fuck the kid.
You know? So it's really, that's been really important. For me,
weirdly, it's actually been really important for the child too, but more in terms of his fucked up upbringing and malnutrition.
an important piece about this is,
God, can you imagine being there? I mean, I know my commentary is making this sparkling entertainment, but imagine that wasn't there. Imagine you're actually here just thinking, yeah, I think I'm done with Anarcha. I think me and Anarcha I'm going to trust my body and leave. I might do some Anarcha next month, but, you know, it will balance out in the long run.
assigning moral judgments to actions. So
Oh, yeah, fuck morality. Who needs it?
when we tell kids that something they do is bad and something that they do is good, we're assigning, you know, a moral judgment.
Yeah, we are.
And sometimes they just don't realize, like, what they're doing, how it affects someone.
Yeah, no, right, which is why we teach them about morality through practice.
So maybe, you know, say my kid punches Pankit kid in the mouth.
I bet that's not random as well. I bet that's not something she's just dreamt up. She's had to quickly dig deep and think, oh, what let me think of an example. Oh, yeah, when he cracked Panjit Zani's kid in the mouth. A little shit. I wonder why. Maybe because he's been living on Doritos for the past 12 months.
He's not doing it because he's an asshole, because
No, he's doing it because his mother is.
he's bad, because he's inherently, like, fucked up, right?
No, he's doing it because his mother's an arsehole and his dad is silent with no penis.
He's doing it because you didn't know. You just say, like, what you're doing that hurt so and so, right? Instead of moralizing it, it just seems like that. Really, doesn't it kind of set you up for a lifetime of confusion? You're always
No, it doesn't, because you grow the fuck up. Jesus.
trying to figure out, like,
You could, she's read something like in an introduction to Freud. And she thought, oh, this reminds me a little bit of my little child. I'm going to do a talk on the anarcha.
my morals and your morals. And
Don't look at him. He can't speak. You know it. You cut his tongue out when you took his dick off. Right, there's a few more, but I just want you to have a look at number 2. This is
really important.
There's literally over an hour of this. It's in 5 parts. They're all about 9 minutes. So if you have time and this kind of thing floats your boat, watch them. It's gold dust. And you're just speechless at it. You're like, what the fuck? And by the end of it, you just sit there thinking, there's a child somewhere suffering.
Particularly for parents, is that while it's super important, I guess the most important thing, right, that our kids' needs get met, nothing's going to happen if our own needs are not met.
Untrue. It's just untrue. That's just stupid.
So if I'm starving and on the edge of a nervous breakdown because I'm
like my husband here.
sleep deprived and I haven't eaten and he's screaming at me, maybe I should stop and eat something.
This is the level of the LA Anarcha-Feminist child rearing group. Eat. Literally eat something. Yes, and as a feminist, life can be tricky, and I would advise that you occasionally eat something. I mean, make a note of that, because it can be quite easy to forget, especially if you were brought up by someone like me and there's no Doritos around.
Before I deal with them, right? So sometimes they can hold on for 5 minutes while I eat a sandwich. So and take a few deep breaths.
Okay, and breathe. So, the actual practical advice she's got, apart from all the ideological bullshit she's been dribbling out, the actual practical advice, apart from get other people to help you, is to eat and breathe. Okay? Okay, good. We're learning something.
And that teaches them that I know how to self-regulate. I know how to take care of myself. So they start to see, okay, mom can take care of herself. She, she doesn't come at. I just sort of remember being a kid, and my mom wouldn't eat and would be flying off the handle. Sort of.
Yeah. I'm not surprised this starts going back to your childhood. Yeah.
Shows you well.
You'd think after a year the child has seen you perhaps eat and breathe before. I don't know if you have to make a special example of those two things. They're quite standard in existence.
If I see my role model taking care of herself, it kind of gives me the tools to do that.
Jesus Christ. Eat. Your kid will learn and realise that they have to eat as well. Okay, have you got that, feminists?
Let's see.
Right, this will be the last bit we look at, but I think you're going to enjoy it.
There's an author, Alfie Kahn, and he wrote that even giving kids bribes or rewards is
No, actually, there's a bit after this, but this is cool.
problematic, because then they're doing things for the wrong reasons, right? Like they're doing things to get, like I'm going to be nice to you because I'm going to get a cookie from my mom. Then he's just doing shit for cookies. He's not doing it for the being nice to you.
Yeah, I imagine it's quite easy to live by that one when your child's only 1. Wait till he gets a little bit older and we'll see if you start bribing him then. Because most of my friends with children seem to rely on that all the fucking time. It's an essential. And it's not ideal, I'll give you that. But it's nonetheless essential. It really is.
You know? So really,
Never say to your kid, if you do this, I'll do this for you. Oh, no. Can you imagine removing that from the parenting equation? Can you imagine what a massive weapon you will lose from your parenting arsenal? And again, how that will affect the child. I'd rather have that ability than lose what that ability will get me in terms of the child's development.
kind of encouraging kids to...
It's so slow and fiddling with that because it's bullshit. There's no logic, there's no reason, there's no rationality to this. She's tried to turn her insane cultural Marxism and feminist bullshit into her parenting, and that's why it's all
to do things sort of, they have that understanding, and they'll see it when it's modeled for them, that you do things because
monkey see, monkey do is what she's trying to say.
the rewards you get, they're not cookies, they're not gold stars, they're being of service, right?
Because that's what a child wants. You know, at 1 year old, a child wants to know it's a good citizen and that it's been socially responsible and contributed to a better, more dynamic and interesting society. No, sure. I mean, that's what he wants, not just a fucking biscuit.
And connecting with people in your community. And since he's almost a year, it hasn't come too much into play for me, but I know and have seen that it really, like especially around the potty training age, you know, well, I'm going to assume that none of you have potty trained a child yet. Good luck to you.
Little dig. In a weird way, she just went then, I haven't managed to do it.
Wish me luck also. But anyway,
there you go.
You know, like, he's not going to be pissing his pants when he's in high school. I don't have...
How do you know that? I reckon he will, because children tend to wet the bed when they've got anxiety problems, and I can't help but think your kid is going to be one big ball of anxiety problems.
To trip out and give him gold stars, and, you know, like, he's got to be potty trained by this time, and this is wrong with him if he... You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom's favorite rule, and I love this about potty training, is just let him run around without a diaper, right? In the summer, you know, outside.
You know, like a dog. And in the winter, fuck them. Stick a pair of socks on and a winter hat. Go on, get out there. You know how to do it. We trained you all summer.
For like a couple hours.
Get out. Go and piss.
And they get it.
I bet they do. Yeah, sure. With blood on their fingers, blisters on their feet, and a mouthful of soil they've had because you haven't fed the poor fucker. Next door's cat.
You know, just let them like hang out outside.
Just let your 1 year old hang out. You know, go for a piss. You got 2 hours. Hurry up. Bong.
In the summer when it's warm.
And in the winter, when you spent 6 months training him to do that, then what?
It seems to work with her. She does them.
With her? I thought it was a boy. You said it was a boy. His name's Luca. What?
Also.
Are you talking? Look at her whispering. Because she's talking about herself now, hence the Freudian slip, when, you know, I've read the introductory lectures to psychoanalysis, such as she. And she just went, it seemed to work with her. Yeah, her mother. So.
Anyway, the second one is has self-love and respect for others. Obviously, lots of loving physical contact. You know, don't deny physical contact from your child. I see a lot of people like, no, I don't love you now because you're misbehaving, you know, and...
Right, when you say you see a lot of that, what, once, ever?
And I think...
This advice is cuddle your kid. Imagine the emotional level of the people in this audience that they're actually still sitting there.
Just sort of, it just, it puts, so I have to act a certain way for you to love me.
You know, this social justice, it has this ability to make dumb people think they're clever by giving them these ridiculous ideas and allowing them to repeat them. You know, she thinks this is all real cutting edge stuff. And as I hope you'd agree, so far it's been either basic or bullshit.
You know, and then an idea is really to love kids unconditionally.
Oh, love your child. Is that the anarcho-feminism advice? Is it love your child? Thanks. Maybe try fucking feeding it.
Right? You know, it's interesting that a lot of the reading that I've done stresses the importance of breastfeeding as like loving contact. I'm going to just say not all of us are going to breastfeed our kids.
Right, okay. I don't know enough about breastfeeding to know why some people won't breastfeed their kids. If it's a choice, it seems a bit of a dark one because nature would suggest that's the thing to do, and I certainly know that there's a lot of nutrition in tit. I mean, I'll still give it a go now and again, you know. Sorry.
Because some of us can't, right? Maybe we're dudes.
Hey! Some of us can't breastfeed because some of us are dudes. No, that you should let the mother, the one with the tits, should be doing the breastfeeding. You old pussy whipped silent minority on your right there. They're just like useless nipples.
Maybe our breasts don't produce milk.
Right, no, enough of that nonsense. So, I've made a little resume. Okay, hang on. We got a bit more of the video yet. Oh, no. Here we go. Bit more to go.
Right, so, also I want to say, just because you're a radical punk rock parent, don't let people make you feel bad for not breastfeeding.
Oh, just because you're a punk rocker. You can't help but think she likes that identity as well. Yeah, you know, I'm a radical parent. Yeah. You know, I love my kid and I send him outside to piss.
Your kid. Also, you know, circumcision, ear piercing. Any sort of like physical modification, I don't do to my kid because I wouldn't tattoo him, right? I wouldn't.
It's fair enough. Don't stick holes in your kid or cut his end of his cock off. Yeah, this is not radical stuff.
Put any mark on him that he doesn't get to choose himself.
Don't put any mark on him that he doesn't get to choose himself. Imagine the kid, Mummy, I've got an idea for a spider web here.
And I feel like those things for me are all intertwined. I'm not going to...
And you know what she was saying earlier about as leading by example. She's got a fucking ring there. She's got a drawing of a living room on her chest. But you ain't allowed. No, copy me with everything else as I told you, but not just some parts. No, don't fucking... Please shut up. I'll give you a biscuit.
Subject him to physical pain for something that I choose. Doesn't make any sense to me.
This is a great talk.
It also shows them that their bodies are our property, and kids are not our property. It's our responsibility to take care of them.
More radical notions from the blue-haired feminist who's got excellent ideas I've never heard of before.
To show them like how to be safe, to give them guidelines, to feed them and
She knows.
Stuff, shelter, you know. But their bodies are not ours, you know.
Wow. I imagine that went down amazingly well in the student union cafeteria.
I really think that kids don't need to be trained to be good. I think that and this is part of like having self-love, respect for others, that they'll learn to be compassionate and unselfish if they're trusted and not taught that they're bad or wrong, you know, that there's something wrong with them.
No, I suggest you teach them how to be compassionate, actually.
Trying to force kids to act unselfishly results in submission, and submission results in following the system's rules.
Let's just resume that. trying to teach kids to act unselfishly results in submission, and that results in them. Let's just hear that again.
And submission results in following the system's rules.
So, in summary, if you try and teach your children to be unselfish, the patriarchy.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't know about you.
How embarrassing. Look at the way she's laughing because she knows it's pathetic. I don't want my kids following the system's rules. No, I don't know about you. They know this is just about identity. These people lack anything of interest and value and to offer the world. So it's just about identity. I'm a radical punk parent. Yeah. No, can't you tell from 50 fucking meters away?
Is not fearful of the world and its citizens is my third goal. So I think that a lot of us accidentally parent by fear. I was at a play date with a friend of mine, and her kid started to run out into the street, and she goes in well, not in clear English, I tell you what.
Fucking Packy, can you believe that? Well, not in clear English, I can tell you that much, damn foreigner.
He was like, oh, that's scary, there's monsters.
Oh, you can imagine the anarcha-feminist organisation will be complaining about this. A petition will be formed. Oh, and I couldn't believe it. She started taking the piss out of minorities. I mean, next thing you know, she'll be doing what the system says.
In the street, right? There's no monsters in the street. There's a car, it might run you over. But there's no monsters.
Much the same, though, when you're dealing with a child.
Things all scary. Talking to kids, in the language that we want them to learn. That kid actually, by the way, is 2 and has barely has a grasp on.
Yeah, yours is 1. Let's give it another year when the old man's left and the kid's sitting there sitting in a pile of 100 Doritos. You in the corner of a bottle of vodka going, then Che Guevara invaded the Bay of Pigs. Oh, it was a wonderful moment in history.
Language, because she's not taught the language that she needs to be learning, right?
Yeah, and this is a blind alley, yeah?
So,
but anyway, every comment, pointless, useless, empty, void of significance. This is shit. This is bullshit.
Wait, that's my own tangent.
No, that's my own tangent. There's no one else. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm getting sick of this now.
Not fearful, right? So not teaching them fear of germs, right?
Yeah, don't teach them fear of germs. No, that's no good.
Things are dirty, right? Like my mom is always tripping out, telling my kid, "This is dirty. That's dirty. Watch out. That's dirty. That's." Which
is fair enough if it's dirty. If there are germs on it. Jesus Christ, I live near the Jon Snow pub. Have you heard of cholera? If you were alive then, my dear, there'd be no death map around here.
Dirty. And that doesn't that quickly translate into don't touch your body?
No, it doesn't. Jesus Christ. She actually just said that. Right, okay, in this line, we'll have it again. In this line, you all understand these people. Look at the jump she made. An absolute... the Grand Canyon of logic exists between her premise and her conclusion. Check it. This here is social justice dans une nutshell. Okay.
Doesn't that quickly translate into don't touch your body? Your body's dirty. Don't.
No. It really... Jesus. Okay, so I fucked up and I ended the wrong thing. But here's my resume. Okay, here we go. Hang on a minute. It's all live editing here. By editing, I just mean moving things around the screen. Okay. Right. 1. Discipline other people's kids. 2. Let toddlers eat all the cakes. 3. Pretend to let kids choose when they go to sleep. 4. Let them punch other kids in the face. 5. Eat and breathe. 6. Don't reward the little fuckers. 7. Put them outside to piss. 8. Don't let kids suck men's tits. 9. Let them design their own tattoos. 10. Explaining germs will stop them wanking. 11. A kid's mouth is their third eye. Thank you, feminism. You are insane.